Hey folks, Kaya here. I Should Roll will always be free to listen to, but it's not free to make. So please consider supporting us by subscribing to our Ko-fi at ko-fi.com/Intergalactic Improv Initiative. You'll find the link in the show notes. As a stellar streamer, you'll receive exclusive bonus content and our enduring gratitude. Tiers start at $2 per month. See you on Calliope Station.
Correctly with the correct amount.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com.
A podcast by the Intergalactic Improv Initiative. Ride of the Valkyrie, Episode 14. Phil, Sophie, and the Quest to Count Toes. Featuring the voices of J.D. Kelly, Leah Ryan, and creator Kaya Renwick. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. I should roll. Last time on Ride of the Valkyrie. After leaving Morden's clinic, the crew of the Valkyrie informed Arya their mission was complete. Bean took a big swing and hit a home run, then partied with their new friends to celebrate. The night has since worn on, and now it's time to get back to work. March 16th, 2184. Terran Universal Coordinated Calendar. Omega Nebula. Sarabaric System. Omega. Rika District. Afterlife.
As the night comes to a close, unless you would act differently, Kache would say to Beek, I'm going to visit Cipher. You want to come with?
Yeah, like now? Now? Okay, let me try it, and they just start chugging water. Because if I recall correctly, too, like, they threw up.
So there was ring call involved, so yes. yeah.
They're like, okay, hold on, let me, and they do like a straight line walking test.
Recite the Gainian alphabet, like.
Yeah.
Would you prefer to sleep this off before we go?
No, I got it. I'm like doing great, actually. You know, I feel really loose and really good, like super great right now. So like, yeah, let's go. I feel like normally when there's like a social situation, I sometimes feel like really tight, like not like muscularly, just like really like boxed in almost, or like I don't know what to say, and right now I feel like I know exactly what to say all the time, so let's just go, let's do it. Yeah.
Is there like a coffee synthesis or a Krogan equivalent of coffee that would be just as extreme as the Krogan equivalent of alcohol is?
Probably. I feel like for Krogan, it's probably somewhere more along the lines of like a super powerful capsaicin.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's probably like really spicy, because I think for Krogan, it's probably something to kick the regeneration into gear. Right? It's the trick the body into thinking it's under attack and Hulk out to make the body get better. And I bet you that you can buy this stuff, and we're gonna call it tack. Short, sweet, to the point. We're gonna call it tack.
You're handing me a ghost pepper.
Yeah, we're talking at least Carolina Reaper levels here, and I think you can buy these on any street corner, right alongside the coffee for the humans and the Rilke for the Turians. You can buy tack, and I think it's like a dried fruit sort of thing. I think it is literally the plant, the like a pepper sort of deal, and it dries itself in the Tuchankan sun. It's one of the last things that grows on that godforsaken planet. And yeah, I think you can buy anywhere. It's cheap as dirt. Hell, Kache probably has some.
That absolutely checks out.
I wonder why more people don't want this. It sounds amazing and incredible.
It sounds like it's one step away from a battle stimulant, let's be fair.
And it's not a big step either.
Kache will definitely buy one of those for themselves. What did you say the Turian equivalent would be? Because I think Kache would at least know that that's not a good idea for other species.
The Turian equivalent of coffee in the EOTA verse is Rilke, Rylke. It is similar in fashion to like a hot cocoa, and you drink it with salt instead of sugar.
I like that idea. The idea of like a salted caramel or salted chocolate kind of deal.
Yeah.
That's or like a chocolate covered pretzel kind of flavor to it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a creamy, salty thing.
In that case,
Ayo.
on the way to on the way to the sky cars, I would stop to get us those to help us reorient our minds. I am presuming that Cipher is not one to observe standard times of working and not working.
Oh God, no. No. If you don't get an answer when you knock, she's probably asleep. But there's no such thing as a sleep schedule.
Kache will send Cipher an OMW on my way message through the extranet.
He will get a quick confirmation back in short order. She knows you're coming. So I think the little stall that you get the Rilke and the tack from, the tack is well, what do you think Kache's favorite flavor of tack is? Because I'm kind of thinking of it like jerky, where they get, coverings of whatever. What do you think Kache's favorite flavor of tack is? Gasoline.
Wow. Just smoke. Yeah, just the smokiest flavor possible. When kind of like
nice.
How when really dark chocolate has that smoky bitterness to it, that kind of smoky bitter kind of like, or like really strong black coffee, but with spice laced throughout. So yeah, hard, smoky, spicy.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
This is my Kache impression. Just my favorite flavors, charcoal. I like it when I taste the flames.
Legit. Oh, amazing. Yeah, Kache, you pick up your favorite smoke flavored tack, and you grab a cup of Rilke. And Bean, when he comes back with the cup of Rilke, you can tell pretty fast this is the absolute shit end of Rilke. There are people who, and I don't know that you've ever actually had Rilke that's like good, because Invictus is kind of like backwoods, backwater, and I don't think Beans had much occasion to frequent places like even Starbucks level.
No.
Where it's, right, like, but you've heard tales of people make Rilke in like these fancy little crucibles with like a mortar and pestle, and it's like matcha tea ceremony level shit. This is the dust on the floor of the instant coffee plant reconstituted with like refiltered water. It is not topped up with the milk that it's usually topped up with. It probably does taste reasonably similar to the concoction that Taito made you, but probably less good.
Okay.
But it works. It's caffeine. And really, I think that's all that most Turians on Omega would really care about. It's caffeine.
Yeah.
So Kache wouldn't tell them that they'd run out of soy milk and it's just Varan milk in there?
Ugh.
Oh, God. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Well, I throw it back like a shot.
Nice.
Just down the hatch.
Love it.
We're going and Bean's like feeling the ring call, feeling the caffeine, and they're like, whoa, I feel real good. This is great. This is a good day. A lot has happened today. This is incredible. Anyway, I've been meaning to chat with you, and I've got a couple questions for you. Are you familiar with, like, Phil Sophie?
Phil Sophie? Who's that?
Yeah, I've heard. I don't know what his middle name is, but like Phil O. Sophie in like their teachings. I don't know. I've heard people talk about it. I don't know much about it.
I'm gonna roll for an intelligence check because as a player,
Sure, go
I
for it.
100% know what you're saying. I'm just wondering
That's fucking hilarious.
if Kache can possibly figure this one out. Oh, yeah, just flat intelligence. Sure. So 12. Do I know what's being said here, or?
Based on Kache's general, like, I think you're confused at first, but then I think you get it. And remember, like, we're dealing with multiple translated layers of language here. So I think you eventually figure out, so Bean is speaking Gainian, and Kache, you're hearing Bash, which is the Krogan language.
Yeah.
And so I think I think it takes you a hot second, but you eventually piece it together.
So you're talking about battle rules and how to psych out your enemies, or how to understand other races.
Well, like, kind of, because I don't know. I was not very good at military stuff because I wasn't really great at, like, the whole hurting people thing. But you seem like a really good person because, like, every time we're about to do something, you're like, how do we help people? How do we do stuff? And so I'm struggling with the question, and it's how are you a good person how are you a good person and also hurt people? Like, how does that work? And can good people hurt people? And if you hurt people, are you still good? That's that one in particular is important to me. And how do you trust people when they hurt people? And does that disqualify them from being good? Because sometimes I know, and sometimes I don't know that I know, you know?
Well, I guess you gotta think about, rather than good and bad, right and wrong. Maybe's more important there. Let's say you've got a bunch of people on your ship, and then there's a bunch of people out there who want your ship and have decided to open up the doors and push everyone out into space with no spacesuits on. Do you want to protect the people on your ship?
Well, yeah.
Even if it means hurting the people that want to hurt them?
Well, I wouldn't like that part, but I think so, yeah.
It's not about liking it, but would it be the right course of action to protect those who you are in charge of?
Yeah.
And let's say there's people who are weaker than you, who ain't strong like me. If they can't protect themselves from cruel people, or let's call them bad people, I'd say the right thing to do would be to put yourself in between them and the other. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. Certainly feels like the right thing to do, regardless.
Okay, so say hypothetically someone was in a situation like that and then they didn't do that.
Well, I think you'd need to get a mite more specific than that. Problem is that there ain't no cut and dry rules in this verse. Sometimes it goes right, sometimes it goes wrong. We all make mistakes. We're all imperfect. Just gotta try and do the best we can with what we've been given.
Okay. It was like a hypothetical, so anyway, I don't need to really get more specific. The ring calls, you know. Anyway,
Bean.
I'm excited to talk to Cipher about it, you know.
Bean, I ain't gonna judge you. Whatever decision I seen you been making, I've been seeing you've been making it on the right side of things.
Well, you know this person I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking for him because I didn't necessarily get between them and somebody that wanted to do something to him.
And you feel bad about that?
I really do.
And so you're wanting to do something about it?
If I can. I don't...
That seems pretty good to me.
I really don't know if I can, though.
Doesn't matter if you can or you can't. Important thing is that you want to.
Okay.
So let's do it.
Okay, yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Let's do it.
And I think with that, we pull up the ciphers. Also, I think Kache is great friends with Phil Sophie, and despite Bean not being, they sure know what a hypothetical is, so kudos on that.
Let's go.
Yeah, that got a little bit deep there, and I was just like, where's this come from? What is going on?
Bean has wanted to talk to Kache for like a minute.
So you guys pull up to the closest docking spot near Ciphers. You've been here, it's only been like a day since everything's gone down. And I know, it's crazy. It's been a crazy day. You come up to the little corner door. The door is locked as per usual. Kache, I don't know if you have like a code word that you send or if you just knock or what your deal is. I think we just knocked last time, but I think you were a little bit downplaying your connection to Cipher at that point. So,
yes, I would knock, but I would presume Kache and Cipher would have a specific knock.
Sure.
That is not a CSEC knock or anything like that.
It's a slutty little knock.
Yeah, it's a slutty little knock. No, it's yeah,
love that.
Like a knock break, knock kind of thing. So.
Okay, sure. You deliver your Kache specific knock, and a couple of seconds later, Cipher herself opens the door. She has come in. She's gotten up out of her chair. She still has the shotgun on, but it is not primed and at the ready the way it was when you guys first showed up. She shows up and lets you in. She pauses and takes a look and... Where is the rest of your little crew?
Oh, they got things to do, same as we do.
Fair enough. Always something to do. Come in.
Thanks.
She ushers you in. You guys are back in the hacker den. It's not exactly... This is very clearly the place that Cipher does business. It's not exactly set up for a cozy chat.
I presume there is like the one chair in front of screens that has like the reclining and the lumbar support, and then there's maybe a couple of stools or fold-out chairs in the corner.
Yeah, pretty much. I think, yeah, so Cipher goes back to her chair, sits down, turns around, and doesn't offer you guys chairs. I think, Kache, you probably know that there's like a couple of folding chairs sort of like tucked in the back that don't usually get used because Cipher is a slight female Quarian. Any advantage she can get when negotiating, she's gonna fucking take. So I leave it up to you if you want to get the chairs, but she's going to sit down and kind of give you a second to decide how you want to go with this exchange.
Is Cipher sitting at like a desk?
So when you guys go in, imagine it like probably about twice the size of the booth that I'm in. So like 4 times total, like my booth times 4. And there is a wall of monitors and consoles and shit that when she's working, she is turned away from the door. Now that you guys are here, she is facing the door and all of the screens are behind her. And everything else is dark, so you can't actually see what's like beyond or behind the screens, but that's the space that you guys are in right now.
Is one of the screens us?
Do me a quick little perception roll.
Ooh. It's actually a natural 20, and that's crazy that it's on this.
Fuck!
I know!
The combination of the Rincol and the caffeine from the Rilke is doing something. Plus, I can only imagine some pretty frickin' sweet orgasms not all that long ago. Just putting that out there.
I don't kiss and tell,
Do you precede Kache in? Are you like hanging back a step? Or are you right beside him? What do you think?
I think some of the social lubricant is wearing off.
Sure.
At this point, so I'm a little bit more anxious that there is a third person that I am a little bit less familiar with. So I'm not like clinging to the walls or anything, but I'm probably like a half step behind.
Sure. So while you are ever so slightly behind Kache's very handy large Krogan bulk, very good for hiding behind.
Yes.
you just take a hot sec and you look at the screens. So many pretty lights. Love that shit. And I think you first catch on there's totally a little security camera, or 12, showing the inside of the room, and you're totally right there. You're like, I look pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not doing so bad today. And then you also see that Cipher has cameras in a lot of places. You pick out, she's got one in Afterlife. It's not right on Arya's little spot, but it's decent. It's a good angle. You think you can maybe see the back of Arya's head? Maybe it's like a high up angle. You also see at least twice as many consoles. None of them are particularly big. They're all pretty small, and they're not physical screens for the most part. They're projections. And so you've seen arrays like this before. So Cipher can move them at will, right? So she's got most of the cameras sort of like around the edges. And there's like a double layer of them at the top, and then she's got them on the side. She's got a couple that she maybe uses more frequently, but most of the inside, it's all text, it's all code. And you've seen this stuff before. It's probably gobbledygook to you. But I think, you notice that she's got a lot of surveillance in a lot of different places, including Afterlife. And yeah, I'll say on a nat 20, I really want to reward this nat 20.
It's you've given me so much already. I was just looking to wave at myself.
I think you go to wave at yourself, and you notice on the next camera over, you see a Vorcha and a Hanar going somewhere, and you just have a thought, that's gotta be Gretchen Zinn, because who the hell else would it be?
I kind of think it'd be funny if Bean was like, oh my god, they look just like Gretchen Zinn, but like doesn't put it together.
I love that.
Oh gosh, that's so fun. I was just thinking when you were saying that like it's an Afterlife, like Bean's also probably anxiously looking for like specifically the bedroom. Like wait, no.
You do not see. I don't think you see the bedroom in question. Yeah.
Otherwise, Cipher. Oh my god. Filthy. Wow.
That'd be some hella blackmail material.
That would be crazy, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blackmail. Bean would be like, put that anywhere. Just kidding.
Coming soon on the extranet.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
it's not
right?
ethical for legal purposes. That was a joke. Yeah.
Okay. Cipher lets you take a couple of beats. I think she probably clocks Bean looking at the screens and doesn't outwardly react at Bean's little wave, but I think she definitely notices it. Probably thinks it's cute.
Oh.
She leans forward in her chair, reaches behind her, brings one of the screens around, enlarges it a bit. I cannot believe I am saying this, but you got lucky. The artifact did come here to Omega. It rendezvoused with that Cerberus cruiser that everyone's avoiding like the plague. And on the screen, you see there's the image of the Cerberus cruiser in question, very clearly from a hacked security camera. She's been watching these guys, presumably, as well. Aquarians are not fans of Cerberus, particularly strongly. She spins a finger, and the display changes from the picture of the security picture of the cruiser to an enlarged still of somebody coming up to the cruiser, who looks like Kasumi Goto. This diminutive operative, wheeling like a crate forward, and then she cracks the lid and opens it because she's been stopped by like a pair of pretty heavy looking troopers, like Centurions, right, that sort of deal, who are clearly checking out the cargo. And you see it's grainy. These are Omega security cameras. They're pretty shit, but it looks it's an orb, probably about the size of Kache's head, so a little bit bigger than a bipedal head. Pretty hefty. We're still talking like dodgeball size, right? Rather than, or a little bigger than a basketball. And you can't get a good color read on it, because again, not great footage. But they clearly take a look at it, close the crate again, and then the three of them go into the cruiser. Cipher freezes, rewinds the footage, freezes on the image of the orb. Says, "That cruiser is leaving port any minute. They filed they spooled up their drive core." She checks her Omni tool. "About 10 minutes ago. Out of nowhere. I mean, not like anybody files a flight plan on Omega, there's no point. But they are headed out. I can trace it for you. But it will cost you that favor. So you do something for me, I will trace the cruiser for you."
You name it. We gotta find out where that thing from the encrusted drip of a Hanar's nostrils going, and, you know, if it's on a Cerberus cruiser, that means bad news for everyone.
Agreed. The more things I can get out of those grubby human supremacist hands, the happier I will be. Alright. Kache, roll me an insight check. Bean, you can too. The DC is going to be slightly different for Kache, because he's known Cipher for 11 years now.
You got it, Cap.
Maybe so, but Kache is more focusing on the artifacts and in that moment and looking at the TV screen, and rolls a 2. So does not pick up on anything.
Does not pick up. Okay, what did Bean get?
Well, I rolled a 5. We really used our nat 20
Woo!
looking at the wall.
And waving to ourselves.
Yeah, love it. Cipher just pauses for a second before continuing, and it's not really clear why she does so. And she goes on. "A friend contacted me looking for her son. He left on pilgrimage a few months ago, and he'd been sending back regular messages, and those stopped 4 days ago. His last message said he had landed on Invictus and had possibly found an engineering job. I want him found. I want him rescued if he is alive, but if he is dead, I want confirmation. If you do that for me, you promise you will do that for me, I will trace this cruiser for you."
Wait, I'm sorry, did you say Invictus?
I did, yes.
That's where I'm from.
So you'll know your way around. You maybe know some people.
Oh, wait, well, we're not... do you have any leads on, like, where this person ended up, or...?
The last that Salanel's mother heard, he was on Invictus. Then he went quiet. I do not know anything more than that.
Invictus is a difficult place to get information from or to. It is very inhospitable.
I might know something. I just heard a rumor that they might be on Beckenstein. So, just someone similar, it sounded like, description-wise.
Give me a deception roll there, Bean.
Jesus, here we go. No! We used our nat 20 to look at a wall! Deception? Let me see. It's a 2.
Well, Cipher rolled a 17.
Yeah.
So, she
tracks.
listens. She lets you spool this out, I think, into either incoherent babbling or awkward silence. Take your pick. But like a solid 30 seconds of just kind of sitting there waiting. And then she reaches around behind her back, unlocks the shotgun, and lays it over her lap.
What do you know?
And I will make an intimidation roll on that.
Oh, God.
Another 17.
Do I need to roll?
If you want to challenge it, that would be a resolve roll.
Oh, God. Okay. I don't want to challenge it.
Do you want to challenge it, though?
Here's my thing. Bean might think that they're friends. So, like, it's not... It's like, maybe they just needed to move to get comfortable, but probably not. Yeah,
well,
no.
in that case... Okay.
Bean's intimidated.
I was gonna say... Okay. All right. So yes, you get the vibe that Cipher is not amused and is definitely... This is not an idle threat. If you know something, she will get it out of you.
Okay, yeah, it might not have been a rumor. I'm from Invictus, and I saw someone, I truly, not lying, don't know their name. What is their name, by the way?
His name is Salanel Narkera.
Okay, I saw them a lot in passing. They seemed nice, but like I was really busy all the time, and I feel kind of bad. I didn't really speak to them much, but I did see them, and there was an altercation at some point, and they got taken, and I was unable to. I was scared and I didn't do anything, but I'm trying to find them. But not having a name is not really much to go on, so sorry about that.
What do you mean an altercation? What happened?
Well, I was just pulling in scrap, like we were just building up the ship, and I mean, you're on the ship, we've done a lot of work on it, and that's what I was there for, and that's what they told me my job was. And I came back early. I guess I just got more than they thought I would in the time frame, and they were holding them up. They had guns pulled. There were a couple of their Quarians with them at the time, and I was holding a bunch of scrap, and I wasn't armed, and some of them didn't make it. I don't think they thought I was going to come back when I did, and one guy panicked, and the next thing I knew, they were being packed off, and I was knocked out.
You said Beckenstein.
Yes, I talked. I've been looking for him ever since I woke up. I took off with the ship, and I swear I didn't know what was going on. So I took off with the ship. I went to the Citadel. I asked about Quarians, And like I said, not much to go off of. You'd be surprised at how little people know about Quarians, apparently. And I did find a fair few, and I described the situation, and they said it sounded a lot like some people that they'd heard of, and they were getting shipped to Beckenstein, and that's all I know. I don't have, like, names. I don't really have, like, an evidence sheet to give you. I know that, once again, I have very little to go off of. So I wish I had more, but I have a place.
And you're sure it was the same name? Same person?
I don't know. No. I don't know if it's my guy. I know it fits the description. I don't know how often this happens. I imagine a lot. The group I was a part of, they were pretty big, and you know, when I look back on it, it makes sense that they were making their money on stuff that wasn't just scrap. Because, like, I value scrap. I think you can make a lot from it, but they had a lot more money than made sense sometimes, and so I don't think the situation's unique. But if we find this person and it wasn't the right person, then maybe they know where the right person is, and I think it's a start.
And you say they took more than one Quarian? They took a few?
I don't know how many. I just saw, well, there were two, and then
that's more than one.
Well, and then there were one because
one got killed. But if they're making a habit of collecting Quarian for some weird purpose, even if it ain't the right person, could be that they've ended up in the same place.
Yeah. I wonder if there was so much scrap on Invictus. I wonder if it was Quarians just because they were there on their pilgrimage, you know? Like, they had a lot of people that were far from home, didn't know anybody, and seems like an easy target.
Easy pickings indeed. I know this all too well.
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to rub that in or anything.
Oh, no, my dear, no. No, it is just an old, familiar story.
And she pats the shotgun a couple of times.
I would really like to help you rewrite the end of that story.
I would like that too.
Well, it seems like we got a place to start then, doesn't it? We go on a missing persons quest. You do us a favor and track down that cruiser.
I will do this. Let me know if you hear anything.
If you have, like, any information on Beckenstein or, like, criminal activity that would help us, can you just, like, ping it over to me?
If I know anything about the criminal activity that goes on Beckenstein, how many terabytes of data does your Omni tool hold?
I checked my data storage. Like,
I don't know how much room do you think you got?
There's a lot of, like, I think Bean is the type of person to have, like, 50 tabs open on if they had, like, a phone. So it's just, like, not closed at all. So they open it up. There's probably, like, 200 gigabytes of storage. Just, like...
Maybe narrow it down to scrap trading and, species, organ donation, that kind of thing.
Yes, I can do some filtering of data, and I will send anything that looks promising your way. You are right that having a target planet does narrow the search somewhat. I will do what I can, and I will send what I can your way. But if I am going to track this cruiser, I need to get on it. So I will do that in a few minutes once I have worked my magic.
Yeah, take your time.
There are not many people in the galaxy who would help a Quarian. So you have my thanks, and may the ancestors bless you on your path. Kila Selai.
And to you, whatever that means, but the same.
She laughs under her breath again.
Do you need anything put on the cruiser or a tracking device or anything like that done, or are you good?
I am good. I can handle this. But thank you, as always. I know I can always count on you.
And she winks.
Kache is doing the equivalent of a Krogan blush. I don't know what that would be. Maybe some scales darken. I don't know.
Sure, maybe. Okay.
In that case, he starts making his way to the to the door, unless anything else is said, and gestures for Bean to go first.
Cool. Bean's like vibrating with excitement. This is the first like bit of progress they've had in a minute, and so they're like, "Thanks so much, Keel Silly," and they jump out.
And Kache under his breath, sort of as he's walking out, and you look nice today, and then leaves.
I think. Rolling a perception check, real fast.
We're perceiving. We're doing it. We're perceiving. We're doing it. We're perceiving. We're doing it.
Are we though?
Can I give him advantage by like just Beans just being really not distracting for once? Beans like being so chill, so chill about everything.
9. I got a 9 on perception.
I think you aren't 100% sure, but you think you hear her sort of chuckle under her breath again as you leave. And it's not like a mean chuckle, it's like sort of a sweet little chuckle.
Yeah! That's our boy!
It's a slow burn. Like there's no rush here.
Yeah. Krogan live a long time.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Do you have a bad case of helmet hair? Have you been wearing a hard suit all day and smell like a pile of Baron excrement? Introducing Omni Shampoo, a shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and hair color in one, specially formulated for our human allies' follicular fashion. Apply a subtle biotic field and sport a new hair color for the club. Then change it back before work the next morning. Don't have hair? No problem! Omni Shampoo Blue moisturizes scalps and cartilaginous ridges and includes a broad-spectrum fungicide that works on cranial crest fungus, damp rot, scale itch, and more. Strong enough for a Krogan, pH balanced for an Asari. Available now only at Polani Fashion Emporium. Free samples included with our new polo wear. Omni Shampoo hair color technology may have unpredictable interactions with Mass Effect fields. Polani Fashion Emporium accepts no responsibility for unexpected scare hair resulting from irresponsible use.
Well, as we leave Cipher's office, for lack of a better word, hacker den, Kache turns to Bean and says, "So, what do we know about Beckenstein?"
I've never been there. I hear it's very corporate, I guess. Like people that are smart and like went to school and stuff. And do I know much else? Am I missing something? You said we had contacts, and I nodded and like I knew, and I was like, yes, our mutual contacts.
So Kache has his fellow Vipers that he could try to get in contact with his Merc gang. Bean could, in theory, try to contact the people they were working for, if they so desired.
My God. Yes.
That would be an option.
Okay. Yeah.
It may not be an option Bean's ready for, but it is an option.
Okay, let's go.
You also could try to go back and talk to Arya, for that matter. Like, if you're feeling lucky.
I think Bean is more scared about Arya than about their old contacts. Because if they go back right now, it just looks desperate. If they go back to Arya and they're
Bean
like,
may not
hey.
know much, but they know that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a 3-day rule, or just.
She has my post-it note. It's fine.
Sure.
She'll call. She will. She'll call.
Maybe.
She'll call. 3-day roll.
Perfect. Love it.
Kache carries on and saying, like, I could talk to the Vipers, see if they got any information about it, Beckenstein, or some of the more traveled trade routes. They deal with some shady shit sometimes. And, sometimes I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
I don't know. I reckon I could reach out to my old contacts, but I don't think that they'll really talk to me on account of the fact that I stole my ship from them, low-key. Like, I didn't tell anybody that. She is my ship, like, I built her. But she very much, like, legally on paper does not belong to me. And I told them I was taking her for a test run. And it's been a couple of days since, so they either think that I exploded, or they might have done the math and realized that I got spooked after I saw somebody get killed, and then I got knocked out.
What do they do?
What do you mean?
Who did you work for?
Well, they called it more of like a family.
But a family that does what?
I didn't really know the whole picture. I mean, clearly, obviously, I didn't know the whole picture. But they owned, like, everything. And they said that they were gonna give me a job, and I didn't really have much schooling or anything crazy, and so that was cool. And they had me scrapping, and I was good at that, and I made friends there, and everybody seemed really nice, but I don't really know what they, like, I was new. I only got my like, initiation rank,
So if I phoned them up and told them I heard they were looking for scrappers, and where I should land when I arrive on Invictus, would that help us, or do you know where on Invictus? Invictus is a big planet. I'm just thinking where we start.
I bet I know, like, docking bays, for sure. Like, I'm familiar with the area.
You would know. So Invictus's capital is Shastanazio, and it's.
Bless you.
Yeah, that one's not even me. That's BioWare. Yeah, that one's not me. So Invictus was likely going to be given up as a colonization option until a Turian whose name is escaping me. What was her name? But she called herself, or got the nickname of the Empress of Invictus, because she basically said that she was going to turn this planet to her will and colonize it, and she fucking did. So Shastanazio was her capital, and it's a legit city. And I suspect that it is its borders are maintained with flamethrowers and Element Zero powered machete buzzsaws, because the wildlife on Invictus is not pleasant, either flora or fauna. So I don't really think there's a whole lot else in the way of cities on Invictus, but there's nothing saying that, if you are welcome to go and carve yourself out a homestead if you're tough enough or stupid enough to do so. So there's the only official spaceport is probably the Shastanazio spaceport, but it is up to you if you think that the family Bean was working for would operate out of that spaceport, or if they would be in another part of the habitable quote-unquote sections of the planet. That said, Invictus is still very much sort of the Wild West of Turian space, so it's certainly not, like, it would not be crazy for a crime family to work out of the capital.
Okay.
It's a little bit like the Wild West meets the Chicago mob in your kind of feel for the place. So I leave that up to you. I'm happy either way.
The way I see it is like Bean was so lower level that like their perception, like their knowledge, even though they were a part of the organization, like they were very much still limited on like what they were told, and the people who are in charge of them are like still very bottom rungs of the ladder. So like their perception, that group was their world, and so in their mind they're like, this is Invictus.
Then I would probably say that feels to me more like this is probably something they're keeping pretty much on the down low. So it's probably in the middle of a jungle.
Okay.
And there's, they've cleared and continue to clear a patch of jungle for actual scrapping. And you would know where that is because that's where you lifted off from.
Well, I would imagine too, like Invictus is so treacherous that like there's all these like crash landings and people that just don't make it on Invictus, and that's what I'm scrapping. So that tracks.
Oh, probably. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you would know where they still are. They're not going to have left because it would take a couple of years probably to carve out another place to work. So they're probably right where you left them.
Okay. Yeah, Kache, I know the number or, the landing bay. I could give you that. I could give you my boss's name, if that helps. But, I mean, he's not too pleased with me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think it's going to be best keeping your name out of our mouths for now, just to make sure we don't tip our hat too early.
Yeah.
But if we can get close to their base of operations without being detected, maybe we can find out where they're taking these folk without tripping the alarms, so to speak.
So you think we shouldn't call them?
Maybe it's best not to.
Okay.
Listen, I know a couple of Turian who maybe might know this boss of yours and maybe give us some more information.
Oh, I was talking about like, he wasn't really my boss. He was more like my mentor. He was like, he said he was my big brother, but he wasn't like literally my brother on account of the fact that he's human. So they're not all Turian, but.
Oh, right. So are they part of this family, so to speak, or not?
Like, I don't know if any of them were, like, blood related, but, like, I didn't have a wage,
Are they involved in taking people?
Oh.
In taking this Quarian?
Yeah, I think he was. I didn't want him to be, but I think it didn't make sense,
Right. So let's find out about him.
Okay, yeah.
Come with me.
Okay, I'm coming.
Kache is gonna message Martia Talarian, who is a Turian, one of the Vipers, the mercenary group.
Yeah.
As someone who is a former Cabal Vanguard, presumably in the Turian military, they would, I'm hoping, have some knowledge of, people who are less than savory on Invictus is the working theory that Kache is going on. Or they might know someone who knows someone.
Oh, do I know what the group was like called?
Bean would have known that they were called the Soltar now.
Soltar. Okay. Cool. I shared this information.
And do we know the name of the older brother as well?
Yeah. That's Frank's.
Frank's. Cool.
So how much are you putting in your message to Martia?
Just, Kache just sends a, need a favor, are you up?
She messages back a, yeah, I'm around. Come on by base.
Sweet. We jump back in the sky car then and start heading towards the...
You guys want to chat at all, or shall we skip to the base?
Kache does say, you know what? You got a damn point. Over the past 48 hours, we've dealt with a lot. Just losing our minds. There's all kinds of crazy shit. Now, the Illuminated Primacy and the STG working together, and the encrusted face of Turian's back passage. And I don't know what the hell's going on anymore, but I guess we just put one foot in front of the other, right?
Yeah. I got a question for you. How many toes do Krogan have? Here's the thing, Kache. Can I level with you? I am realizing just now, I've never seen, and this is not, I promise this is not like one of those weird like backside things. I've never seen a Krogan not in boots.
Well,
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, do y'all have toes?
yeah, we got toes. We got 3 toes. They're just in the boots.
Do y'all feel like vulnerable outside of your boots?
Bold of you to assume we'd take them off.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, because I've literally never observed and I've seen them. Like, I've traveled. I've been to at least 3 places, you know, and I've never seen a Krogan without boots. I've seen other people without boots.
Well,
I'm just saying. Anyway, you said one foot in front of the other, and I was just curious. I'm not trying to be weird about it.
well, trust me. In all places, the boots stay on. And Kache winks at you. And that is bullshit, so a deception roll, I guess? 14.
Rolling to see if Bean picks up on anything. I doubt it. They don't. Bean's lapping it up. Bean's like writing it down on their post-it. Like, Krogan always keep boots on. Always.
Born with it, we were given the boots. There's a right of boots. Shortly after the right of parentage.
Boots from birth.
Boots from birth.
You have been listening to I Should Roll, Ride of the Valkyrie, Episode 14, Phil, Sophie, and the Quest to Count Toes, featuring the voices of J.D. Kelly as Kache, Leah Ryan as Bean Gainian, and Kaya Renwick as everyone and everything else. Music and sound effects are used under Creative Commons or royalty-free licenses. For the extended credits, please see the show notes. And for more information, please visit ishouldroll.com. Find us everywhere on social media at I Should Roll, and don't forget to leave us a review. I Should Roll is an Intergalactic Improv Initiative production. This fan podcast is a transformative work and is not affiliated with Electronic Arts or BioWare. Thank you for listening. Have a pleasant day.